Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out this video. So we're gonna jump straight into it. This is Eddie, the Tattooed Realtor with Robert from Better Way to Credit. This video is about the credit report, the almighty credit report. I don't know how many of you have actually taken the time to look at your credit report or to even print it out. I mean, that thing can be like a Bible, not depending on how long you've had your credit or the disputes in there or the negative effects in there. And also it can be like reading Chinese. So the premise of this video is just to try to help educate, give you as much information as you can, as we can, to guide you through this process. So Robert, jumping straight into it, when I have my credit report, first of all, where the heck can I get my credit report? And is it free, or should I probably look for a service that I'm gonna have to pay to get it?
So you can actually pull your credit or get your credit report for free at annualcreditreport.com. Now, by law, you actually are allowed, or they give you a credit report for free from each of the bureaus, one per year, okay? So you can go to annualcreditreport.com. Now, if you are actually trying to repair your credit, you're gonna want something, again, that's reoccurring. So that way you are constantly getting an update every 30 days on what is reporting to the credit bureaus. So there actually is a subscription that you can sign up for through annualcreditreport.com, or you can go to creditchecktotal.com. You can go to identityiq.com. And the reason why we choose these specific credit monitoring services, because honestly, there's several out there. I can probably name 20, but the reality is the reason why we choose identityiq.com, creditchecktotal.com, annualcreditreport.com is because it's very easy to read. Not necessarily for us, but also for you as well. Because when we're walking you through the credit report, again, just like you said, Eddie, we don't want you to feel like you're trying to read Chinese. We want to try to make this as easy as possible for you. So these sites are probably some of the top user-friendly when it comes to reading a credit report.
Okay, so I've got the credit report in my hands, printed, or I'll probably I would print mine out so I can have a hard copy, use a highlighter and a pen, that kind of stuff. So I have it printed, I have it sitting in front of me. So Robert, I know credit reports vary on the complexity in which they are written. Some have a little bit more information than others. There's 3 different credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. And in the real estate world, the mortgage lenders are going to look at a credit report, and they may not. You can request it if a lender pulls it. You can request a credit report, or it gets sent to your house. For those of you who didn't know that, but I see them breaking it down, and they kind of like don't bring up all the topics. So how I have it printed out. I'm sitting down, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking about maybe buying a house in the future. Where do I start? What's the basic? You don't have to go into the complexity of it, but what are the basic components of a credit report? I mean, are there a title, description, a phone number, and the amount, or what's it basically look like? What am I looking at?
So when it comes to negative items, or really just overall, to be honest with you, you want to look at your open accounts, okay? And when I say open accounts, that means items that you are currently paying on. Whether maybe it's a car note, a car payment that you're paying on, it could be open credit cards that you're currently using, just different accounts that are currently reporting. And then, so what I would do, okay, if I were you, is take your positive credit and your negative credit. The positive credit is, again, open accounts, things that you're currently paying on. The negative credit would be collections and charge-offs. So I would grab a piece of paper or 2 pieces of paper. On one paper, write all the positive. On another piece of paper, write all the negative. And really what you want to look at is how old these collections are. Because when you're looking at a collection or a charge-off, if it is older than 7 years, it's not even supposed to be reporting on your credit bureau. So these are things that most people really don't know to look for. And these are some of the ways that we can very easily get these negative items off your credit report. We're always looking for inaccuracies or just erroneous information that should not be reported. So it's very, very important. Even something as simple as your name and your addresses, okay? Like for example, let's say you're trying to purchase a home, okay? You got to keep in mind that when the lender pulls your credit, they're going to be able to see all of your previous addresses, okay? And if you moved around, from, 1 year to the next place, to the banks, it's going to look like you're not really financially stable. So you really don't want to have 7 different addresses reporting on the credit report. So it's very important to update your credit report with the most current address, your recent address that you're currently staying at. Because again, it's very important to dress up your credit report to make you look as financially stable as possible. So see, these are some of the things that we do when you sign up for, Better Way to Credit. It's not just about removing the negative items, but it's also about dressing up your credit report so that way it makes the approval process much easier. So these are some of the things that we look for. Again, when the accounts were open, okay, what the balances are that you owe on the collections or charge-offs, and when was the last time that they reported it. So these are some of the, again, I'm trying not to get technical, but the reality is it's hard not to get technical when you're looking at a credit report. So I know this is a lot of information. Like Eddie said, our contact information is going to be below. So if you have any questions specifically about your credit report, because as I mentioned before, everyone's credit report is going to be different. So feel free, don't be shy. If you have any questions, again, get a hold of us. We're happy to hear from you.
So, this has been great discussion, Robert. Appreciate the time about discussing credit reports. A lot of people don't really go into the in-depth of what to look at, the negative, when it was reported, addresses. I didn't even think about the thing about your addresses, about, how many addresses are on there and the perception that it's going to give to a mortgage lender or to, whatever your end goal is trying to be. So, guys, just wanted to let you know that all the information, like Robert had said, will be in the description below. You can reach out to us anytime, text, call, or email. Once again, I'm Eddie, the Tattooed Realtor, as you know, because you're on my YouTube channel. Please be sure to like and subscribe and share for more awesome content as we create it. And we have Robert from Better Way to Credit. His information will be below as well as all the links that he previously mentioned about credit monitoring systems and all that good stuff. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day. And I wish you the best of luck if you're trying to read your credit report. I'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.